let the wells of God, the life of God, spring up inside of you and allow Him to use you in every place of your life. Like, this is just, I'm loving my trip across the United States. I'm heading across I-10 right now, going east and out through Phoenix, Arizona, heading to Louisiana, and eventually Georgia, and then up the East Coast to Pennsylvania. Most likely have a white Christmas, and I'm enjoying the 74-degree weather right now, short sleeves, sunroof open, just blaring the music of God and just enjoying His beautiful country. But, like, I just want to share with you, like, this testimony today is pretty awesome. Like, I'm talking to a friend, and I'm driving through Phoenix, Arizona. I wasn't even sure what city I was in because I got so engrossed what God is doing in my life, and just spending time with Him, and just doesn't matter. I'm just following the GPS and trusting that it's going to get me where I'm going, and it's an easy shot across the United States, and you really can't get lost. So I'm talking to my friend, and she's like, well, why don't you just enjoy the moment and jump off and go get a coffee? And so I just jump over a couple lanes with no traffic, and I jump over a couple lanes, and I see that the exit that I'm at is a Starbucks exit. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll just go get a chai latte or a chai frappuccino or something, and just enjoy the day, the beauty of the day. And so I can't find Starbucks as I'm driving, and all of a sudden I see this pizza place, and I feel like God's like, stop, hit the brakes, and go get a slice of pizza. And yes, I don't need God to tell me to go get pizza, because I desire pizza anyway, so it's a heart's desire. But I just really felt like God led me into the pizza place today, and which is really awesome, It's gonna be really good if God leads you into it. So as I step up to the counter to order my pizza, I just see this woman that, in the natural, she's not doing this, but spiritually, I just see her with a paintbrush in her hand, and I see her actually painting a picture. And I felt like she has a very artistic gift of painting. And so I asked her, I said, do you paint? And she's like, nope, never painted in my life. And I could have ended it with that, and like, I missed it, and just chucked it aside, and like, hey, you know what, just eat my pizza. But I felt like God was like, ask more. And so go after the more. I feel like God is saying, go after the more. Or are you going to be okay with just feeling like you missed it? Because I don't believe we miss it very often. It's just we miss maybe the interpretation of what we're seeing, or miss the application of what we're speaking it out about. And so I see this, and I asked her, I said, I just feel like God is like saying that you have an incredible artistic gift of painting. And I said, you never drawed or painted ever in your life? And she's like, no. She said, but actually on Saturday I'm going to paint for the first time in my life, and I'm going to a painting party. And I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Like, God sent me into this pizza place and stop, let's go get a slice of pizza. And in the midst of it, this girl was going for the first time to paint, and she's never painted before in her life. And like, how cool is that when God gives you a word about painting and you don't know what the person is doing in their life? So it was really cool. So I really got to speak into that, and I said, we not believe that as you step into this on Saturday, I feel like a creativity is going to evolve inside of you in this artistic gift. And she's like, well, I am creative, but she said, I've never felt that I was artistic. And I said, well, I believe that there's an artistic gift that was never breathed on, and I feel like God's about ready to breathe on it. So, and she had a smile on her face. I left with her smiling, and like, really encouraged and like pumped up, and it was edifying, encouraging, and uplifting, and like, I'm just excited. Like, this girl, like, I believe that as she steps into Saturday and she paints, even though it's one of these classes that they help you paint, and everyone paints similar things, and you don't really need to have an artistic gift to do it, but I believe that God's going to do something in the midst of that. Sometimes it's a prophetic act. By actually doing it, it breaks open a freedom inside of you. So I just want to encourage you, like, don't just settle for, oh, I missed it, because sometimes are you sure? Like, no, you ask God. It's like, God, what are you saying? You know, this person said never, you know, and I felt like God prompted to go after and ask more, you know. Sometimes he might tell you just no, that's it. Just let it go. You know, and sometimes people aren't willing to be open. Sometimes people just don't want to talk. Sometimes people just, you know, it doesn't matter whether you have it right or wrong. They won't tell you. You know what? You gotta be okay. And it's not to chalk it up for a miss, because it may not be a miss. You just chalk it up and you give it to God, you know, and you don't carry it, whether it's a good, bad, indifferent, you know, you learn, you know, and when you do miss it, you know, you just ask God, okay, what area did I miss it, God? How can I do it different the next time? You know, you're always corresponding with the Father. You're always letting Jesus intercede for you and letting Jesus rise up inside of you and let the Holy Spirit move upon you, in you and on you. And just watch God use you to touch the lives of people everywhere you go. You change the atmosphere. You choose to change the atmosphere, whether it's going to be good or bad. And I just want to encourage you to go after the good, go after the awesome, go after the great, and just go after the things that God has in front of you, because if you would watch, He's already been pointing things out for you. This is time that we actually really open our eyes and open our ears and really listen to what He has to say. And if it's uplifting, encouraging, and edifying, go for it. If it's negative, you need to press into it and ask God, what is He really saying, and how can you speak it forth? You know, sometimes He wants us to flip it good, and sometimes He wants us to rebuke them. But you know, if you rebuke and you don't have love, what do you have? Because you probably just hurt the person. So just go after what God has for you. Be always teachable, be always moldable, and just allow God to just touch people through you, and in that He touches you even greater. God bless you.